Welcome to the Leetist podcast, a show where we play games about games, video games, games of the video sort. I am Kenny, joined today by the Jigglebilly and MCP pants to my Carl.
Yes.
Wait, hi.
Tim.
Hi.
And Ryan.
Commence the jiggling.
Thank you. That was my
that is Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
That was like my favorite episode.
Oh, yeah. Well, MCP Pants is MC Chris, actually.
That's right. Yeah.
I like Jigglebilly, though.
He was my first exposure to, I remember MC Chris. Like, do you listen to MC Chris?
Oh, dude. I mean, I was going to ask, like, what was your favorite, if you knew MC Chris, like, what was your favorite MC Chris? Because, like,
funny enough, it's not like a video game nerdy thing. He has a song called Weed. W-I-I-D.
I remember that.
And I fucking love that song.
Oh, that's a good one.
Weed is by my side. It's always been there.
Yeah, I definitely learned of him from the Aqua Teen for sure.
Fet's Bet is like
that's the classic one.
Everyone loves that.
Kevin Smith used that in Zack and Miri too. That song.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm excited about today because you can always tell it's going to be a good day when the intro music is playing and we're kind of like dancing and jiggling.
Oh man, I'm always
which means it's going to be high energy,
baby. That intro music still gets me dancing because I'm just like, that gets me in the mood, man. I'm ready for the club.
We have games to play today because that's what we do here. We play games about video games, game show type games, trivia games, audio games. Leetist.com is where you can go as a jumping off point for all the stuff we do. Join our Discord, join the Patreon. We'll talk about the Patreon later.
That's right. And if you like the show, do us a solid and tell every single person you ever meet this is the greatest podcast you've ever heard. In fact, you can pause the show right now and go to the review section of whatever platform you're listening on and drop us a quick rating and review. That can really help us get seen by a lot more folks. Also, tell your friends and followers. They can go to Leetist.com/new-listeners where they'll find some fun clips from the show to give them a taste of what we do here. Plus, it includes a recommended jumping off episode for folks to start their Leetist journey.
Oh, yeah.
We might have a guest today. It's a mystery to all. You're going to find out later. But if you look at the timestamps below the show, you'll see if we do. And we have games to play.
That's right.
If you want to jump straight to a game, you can jump down to one right now. Look in the timestamps. Everything we do is on the show right there.
Hell yeah. You guys want to play a game?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then let's play the news game. Gentlemen, it was a hell of a news week. Who wants to go first? We'll find out.
Me.
On the next flip of the coin. Kenny, call it in the air.
Heads.
That's tails. Okay. So, Ryan, you are going first, big guy. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it, bro.
Let's go.
All right.
Meta announced this week that the price of Oculus Quest 2 will be increased by blank dollars.
100.
Correct. Also, the FTC sought an injunction against Meta and their alleged VR monopoly after they acquired Within, makers of VR fitness app blank.
Supernatural?
Correct. Congress passed an act worth $280 billion to put cash towards encouraging manufacturers to produce more blanks, which will hopefully mean more consoles on shelves.
Steam Decks.
Semiconductors.
Uh-oh.
Phil Spencer doused the console war flame, saying he was excited to play the PlayStation exclusive blank.
God of War Ragnarok?
That is correct.
Hey-o.
Well
Wow,
done,
that was a complete shot in the dark on that one.
Boy.
Yeah.
And the Supernatural one, it seems like you kind of guessed.
That's the only fitness one I know, but I know there are a bunch of fitness games on the Oculus, but we have so many friends that are into Supernatural.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like one of those
It's a great workout.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap, man. And the music's, you can choose whatever you want. So, but if you have like eclectic taste, I mean, there's no end to the stuff you can do in that game.
I mean, I did it for a little bit. I like it. It's a good workout. It's just so much money. It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. That's definitely true. You could get a workout by, doing the select songs from Beat Saber for like way less.
And that's kind of my thought process is like, well, I can get Beat Saber. Beat Saber will just work you out just as much as Supernatural can.
I think
there are some songs in
There's
Beat
some.
Saber,
I think you have to try harder in Beat Saber to get a workout. You got to like specifically find the ones that really get you going. But that's the thing about Supernatural. It's like the selection is so much bigger. I had a thing for the bonus show. By the way, we do bonus content for patrons. But I'm gonna pull that out as a spoiler right now. I just get rid of this. Do you have any idea how many hours your brother Isaac has in Beat Saber?
In Beat Saber?
Yeah.
No.
Can we
guess?
have in the dark?
Do you want us to guess?
100 hours.
Right?
I'm assuming it's a lot more than that.
I'm going to say that Isaac probably loves that game, so I'm going to say 130.
According to his Steam, Isaac has 1,100 hours in Beat Saber.
No way.
That's what it says.
You know what? Isaac just puts it on Beat Saber and puts the freaking Oculus down.
Yes.
I do know that he, for a little bit there, no, this wouldn't be the reason for it, but for a little bit there, he did he tried to make songs
it
and like actually do the song creation stuff.
Okay, I guess you got to be in the app to be able to do that,
which is a long fucking process. But I don't think that would have justified 1,100 hours. Jesus,
man,
wow,
that is insane. But I do think that doesn't Beat Saber have like categories just like calorie burnout and stuff like that?
Not that I remember.
No, I don't think so.
All right, well,
meta's going up by $100.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm glad I got my my.
I really haven't dug into why. I'm assuming it's supply shortages and stuff like that, or if they're just like, this is how it is now.
The question
is, just cost more money.
Is it a specific model or all models? Because
I think it's Quest 2 specifically.
Well, I mean, in terms of the memory size. So there's the 256, which is the one I got, and then there was the 500.
I think they're both going up by 100, but yeah, that came out in 2020, which is a weird. You don't see that a lot.
Yeah.
$100 increase something 2 years
ago. Yeah, that is true. You never see like a console come out and go like, well, we're doing all right. Let's raise the price.
Could you imagine if a console did that? People would freak the fuck out.
If they're like, you know what, we underestimated here. This console actually costs $100 more.
I mean, it might just be greed. Because they're making a lot of sales with it, and they're like, "Screw it, let's get more money out of it."
I mean, very possible. But we're on the cusp now. I know that there's been a lot of talk about the MetaQuest 3, so I don't know. Maybe they're prepping people to get ready for the MetaQuest 3 price point.
I imagine, like most consoles, they're relying on software for profit, right? So maybe it's just not working out.
They lose nearly $1 billion a month in their VR division at Meta.
Oh, well.
So they're trying to recoup expenses. That now makes a lot more sense.
The interesting thing is that's not typically how you recoup expenses. Like, consider when Xbox 360 first came out, it was actually Microsoft was taking a large hit on everyone that was being produced.
Oh, really? Yeah.
They took a large hit on that, and they relied on the accessories and the other hardware to kind of offset that. Yeah. And I guess Oculus hasn't really leaned heavily into other peripherals and accessories and hardware updates and stuff like that. So
I mean, this will be like the first time any console has done that kind of thing. So I mean, I just looked at another chart on the website I was just on, and it just shows decreases in all other VR systems.
Yep.
So this is just a weird case, I guess. Yeah, semiconductors. Congress has passed some. They're trying to give more money to manufacturers in the U.S. to build more semiconductors, and it's about fucking time. IMO. That we've had more. We should get more access to, so we can stop.
I mean,
struggling to build machines and get them on the shelves.
It's getting better now. I mean, you can get a 3080 Ti now for relatively decent price.
Sure,
but yeah, the semiconductor issue has been a major problem. That's really why we have shortage of PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and probably Steam Deck too. I would imagine Steam Deck shortages, but Steam Deck. The reason why I answered that is they actually recently announced that they were going to be expanding their Steam Deck output. So that's probably a correlation to it.
Gotcha. I think the 40 series cards are coming out this year, or supposed to, at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have a power
I'll be sure to get one 3 years from now.
I don't have a power supply that can handle
that's a lot of power.
It's so much power.
It's a beefy boy. Phil Spencer just said something about how he's excited to play God of War Ragnarok. So, Twitter, we got all excited about that.
We're all in that boat.
It was the same thing when Corey Barlog said that he was excited to play Starfield. Yeah. So, it's nice. It's nice that they seem to have like a relatively, nice relationship. It's better than some fucking console gamers are against one another, So
no, that's awesome. I mean, good for him. I think he's in the same boat as us. We're all really stoked to play
playing games.
Man.
That's right.
Go look in the Twitter comments for one of those posts. It's probably not quite the same positivity.
Yeah.
All right, Kenny, you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Let's go. An article in Bloomberg indicated the GTA 6 will co-star the first female protag of the series, and the game will take place in blank.
Vice City.
No.
Really?
I think, Vice City, Miami, whatever. Blank held a showcase this week and announced a handful of new titles, including Thirsty Suitors, Hindsight, and an update to Outer Wilds.
Annapurna?
Correct. Following the firing of two key directors, it appears the upcoming Star Wars game Blank is an indefinite hold.
The Knights of the Old Republic.
Correct. Valve announced that previous supply issues have been alleviated and that everyone that ordered a Blank will get it this year.
Steam Deck.
Correct.
Perfect game.
Oh my God.
Look at you with the 4 before.
It was Vice City.
You said Vice City. I was like, what the fuck? That's right. That's what Miami is.
Yeah.
Took me a second, but I got there.
Nice.
Annapurna. Did you guys watch any of that?
I figured you did.
So I did. Yeah. Thirsty Suitors, that one that you just brought up. What an interesting concept for a game. Weird. It's a role playing game. It's an RPG kind of mechanics, but it's actually about your like kind of dating life. So instead of like actual combat, it's more metaphorical, like, hey, I'm going to berate you because of this. So you choose that action, but then it's all like, it seems like it has button prompt kind of things for you to have to hit at the right time to be able to get like the right, idea across and stuff like that. And on top of that, they were just like, oh yeah, also we're going to have a skateboarding mechanic in it too. Right. So
it's really random.
That is such a weird concept of like, it's like the developers were like, well, I mean, we have a really good game, but I want skateboarding in it. And it's like, but do you need skateboarding in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Annapurna did Outer Wilds or any of the games really, but I just happened to remember that they did a showcase this week.
Yeah, I remember seeing this trailer before though. Thirsty Suitors. That was during one of another showcase that happened like a month or two ago.
It was a previous
wasn't it?
showcase. Yeah, and this was the first time we kind of got some decent like gameplay besides like watching skateboarding and stuff like that. And not that I'm against a skateboarding kind of game. It's just like, it seems like that's
kind of random. Maybe
literally
like shoehorned a little bit.
Yeah, man. It's like, I don't understand. I mean, unless this has some big kind of impact on the game itself, I think you just threw in skateboarding because the developers are like, well, I just want a skateboarding game as well.
Yeah, so the KOTOR remake is on indefinite hold. They fired two of the like lead developers on it and everything.
That
so
it's going to be dead in the water.
Exactly. It's going to get lost to oblivion a little bit there. I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully, they'll get it revamped and start from scratch and make something good. But for now, it looks like it's completely off the table.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. With the Old Republic, the MMO, like it's enough that it's, they can keep continuing on that kind of series.
Yeah.
You don't really... I would love to have a new version of Knights of the Old Republic, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I'm fine with if it doesn't even come out. We got plenty of options here.
I just thought it was cool news that the Steam Deck is going to make it out to everybody. I mean, okay, so it should.
Yeah,
but it's just nice to know.
I think more. We were talking about this in a Discord channel, and I think that there are going to be, if we distribute more out, there are going to be a lot more people that are going to be not impressed with it because it is very, very early on with this, and this hardware is still not perfect. I've had a lot of crashes on mine. I've had a lot of issues with it, but I've also it is a great hardware if you want to tinker on it and make changes and see what you can put on that device. Yeah. And the things people have been able to do with the Steam Deck are impressive.
Yeah.
And so, that's like one of the reasons why owning it is awesome. But if you're wanting to plug and play, it's not the best.
Yeah.
It works all right, but it's not the best.
You got to put a lot of effort into it, basically.
Got to put a lot of effort into it. Like if you got to love Linux. Do people love Linux? Does anyone even care
the people that do really do.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. And the last one, I guess, is the GTA 6 is going to be in Miami.
Right. Vice City.
That's right, Vice City.
So is it Vice City or is it in Miami?
Vice City. That's what I read.
So they're just returning to Vice City?
I think so. And there's going to be, I think, both a male and a female protagonist.
I didn't read that part.
I know that there's talk about a female protagonist, and that was kind of a big hoopla too, right? Because there was this whole idea of wokeness in the industry as a whole, and whether or not so we have to have a female in here, we have to have this in here and this in here, and it's like I don't see the problem in anything, but if they decide they do want to tone down certain elements of what makes Grand Theft Auto, then that's where the problem lies, because you set an established IP and you have expectations, and if you kind of falter on those expectations, that's where it gets kind of fuzzy.
Yeah, I think that. Well, I mean, it's interesting to me that they're kind of going this direction, or with the company having gone that direction and everything, to say that they're kind of cleaning things up and being a little more I don't know, proactive. I don't want to use the word woke. It's such a lame word.
I never understood the name woke. Like I never got the term woke. It's like, oh yeah, you never were awake, so now you're woke.
Now your eyes are open.
Now your eyes are open. It's just like,
but the series is. Yeah. I mean, it was made to be like gross and obscene, and and go against all those kind of.
I mean, even from the first Grand Theft Auto top-down view, you were running people over, gunning down thing. I mean, like there was.
Yeah, like I said, it'll be interesting. I said in the Discord too. It'll be interesting to see where the line is drawn.
Yeah.
All right, good job, guys.
Woo.
We have news.
Good job, Kenny, with a clean sweep.
Yeah. I can't remember if I've done that before, but
you did it now. But
I came from behind to get you. I thought you were going
to from behind.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Got to take a second here because it's time to give a huge shout out to our incredible patrons. Aptly dubbed, Cy wrote this, Ross Varner, Zach, huge thanks to you, Retro Game Brew, Spoof Shot, McCoordinator, Kyle Halby, Lemons, Andrew Morris, Brandon Walls, Andy, aka HobbyTime168, Isaac at Economechanic, and the man, the myth, Emo-esque. We massively appreciate your support of the show. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. You are truly patrons of the Leetist can get access to all kinds of goodies from us, including show shout-outs, bonus episodes, experimental content, game transcripts, and more. Your funds help us with upkeep, equipment upgrades, prizes and merch, Hamilton tickets, and more. For more info about becoming a patron of the show, check out patreon.com/theleetist.
Yeah, for just $1, you can get the show earlier than everybody else when I get done editing it on Monday nights. And for just $3, you can get bonus content as we do a bonus show, 30 minutes of extra Leetist every week. Mm-hmm. Here's a little clip from the bonus show that the patrons are getting over on Patreon. Our favorite Spartan turned god took some time off to vacation in a popular Eastern Caribbean hotspot, where he ran into his favorite 90s sitcom star, Uncle Jesse himself. Unfortunately, the trip was cut short by multiple violent windstorms.
Kratos' trip to Barbados, where he met John Stamos, was cut short by tornadoes.
Yeah, exactly. God. The way I had it written was Kratos and Stamos fight tornadoes in Barbados. Check out the Patreon for the bonus content. Thank you very much, patrons. We love you all.
We love you.
Michael Swaim. Swaim's here.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up, man?
Whoa. I'm here suddenly.
Out of nowhere.
Manifested.
I'm so excited, man. I'm so happy that you were able to come on to the show.
Yeah, my pleasure. I've been listening to the pod ever since you reached out and made me aware of it, which, by the way, is a good fan recruitment tool. You should just reach out to everyone individually and let them know about Leetist. And it's super fun. I think I'll fare all right because I play an ungodly amount of video games. Sweet. So I'm excited.
What are you on right now? What's your current game of choice?
Current games of choice include Rad and Sunless Skies, which I bet has anyone heard of either of those?
Rad, I feel like if that's not skateboarding game, then I'm going to be upset. Is that
it's not? It's an apocalyptic baseball bat game by Double Fine.
What? Oh, Double Fine.
That looks awesome. Yeah. Actually, I really like the animation in this. This looks really cool.
But it's actual baseball?
No, it's running around an apocalyptic wasteland beating shit to death with a baseball bat. Much better than actual baseball.
Well, yeah, that's rad.
That's awesome.
I like it. Yeah. Hey, they said the name.
I pride myself on playing obscure indie games that people are not on.
I like doing that sort of thing too.
He's the art house fan of the video game world. Really
pretentious gamer. Yeah.
There was this. We do it on our bonus show. We talk about this bundle I got from Itch for supporting Ukraine. It was like 1,000 games for $10, and I've just been slowly making my way through that and playing all kinds of completely unknown.
There are some awesome games that are in there.
There are some awesome.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I think Swaim has the most extensive wiki of anyone who's ever been on our show. Yeah. So, and also, David Jaffe's been on a couple times.
Did he beat out Jaffe's?
No.
Wiki?
Swaim's wiki is way longer than Jaffe's. Yeah, for sure.
David Jaffe's just his wiki is like God of War, and I hate Metroid.
There is an article in that. There is a paragraph in that.
My mom's been very busy. Shout out, Mom. Good work on that wiki.
And not only that, we support Jaffe's channel, and he kind of comes on and does his favor and comes on and hangs out with us and plays games. Swaim, I just reached out and he just wanted to be on the show just because he, cool.
Absolutely.
Because he's a cool motherfucker, right?
Cool people.
By the way, you can cuss on this podcast.
You came on for a game. Do you want to play one?
Absolutely. Let's dive in.
Let's start with, are you smarter than a Leet Gamer?
Oh, I know this one.
Yay!
We try to do this one every week, mostly. I think there's maybe been 2 episodes where we've missed. This is basically our general trivia one where we make up our own little categories and just have a grab
Jeopardy,
bag.
but we can't call it Jeopardy, so it's always smarter than Leet Gamer.
I have got 3 categories today. One of them is sack stuffers, which I think we've called sock stuffers before, but I think
stuffers?
But it's not Christmas, so we can't call it stocking stuffers.
It's August.
I call it sack stuffers. I'm going to give you a list of items in a character's sack. You tell me who the character is or what game they're from.
All right.
Yeah.
From Little Big Planet.
Tell me what's in their sack. Another one's called Post Game Showdown. This is a tougher one, but I think you guys will be better at this than I ever would be. I'm going to give you a game, and then you tell me the next game from the developer. And you know what? I'm a bit of a kind gamesmith as well. If you can name the developer, you get a bonus point. That may be really easy for you. I don't know. And the last one, I had to bring it back for a special guest. Man from Nantucket.
Oh.
Man from Nantucket. Yeah. I'm going to read a limerick, and you have to finish it. And the answer is a game.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I remember.
Love it. You know me. I'm very excited.
Ryan, what is the big rule about Man from Nantucket?
Yeah, so you can't say anything other than the answer or they get really pissed. They get very upset.
Well,
and then they make you be the scapegoat for this kind of
When the rhyme scheme gets all screwed up and everything, it's disquieted.
It's like, oh, you've ruined this limerick. All right.
You have to finish Tim's rhyme cleanly.
That's right. Give me a die. Let's start this thing. We're going to go 1 and 2 is Ryan, 3 and 4 is Kenny, and then 5 and 6 is Swaim. I did that backwards. Weird. Sure. Ryan, you're first.
No.
Which category would you like to do?
Let's do Nantucket.
Man from Nantucket. Here we go.
Here we go.
Be sneaky and light on your feet. When baddies converge, the best strat is retreat. Gotta love the slow-mo of the killing blow when you take the shot in... He doesn't know. Buzz this man.
Buzz me.
Buzz this man. Kenny, any ideas?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
I think it was slow-mo super hot, but then I got lost. So we'll see if Swaim knows it.
No, you have to do it like a limerick. Super hot. That way it's the answer.
Any ideas, Swaim?
I'm trying to make Mario Strikers somehow rhyme. No, I don't think I have it.
No,
I got
it's
nothing.
the inflection. Mario Strikers. There we go.
Be sneaky and light on your feet. When baddies converge, the best strat is retreat. Gotta love the slow-mo of the killing blow when you take the shot in Sniper Elite.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that game has slow-mo.
Yeah. All right, who's up? Kenny's up.
Slow-mo always makes me think super hot. Forever.
Always makes me think of Sniper Elite because it's the most grotesque, amazing thing ever. When you shoot somebody and it does the slow-mo cam and explodes their brain.
That's true.
Yeah. Which one do you want to do, Kenny?
Sack stuffers.
Sack stuffers. All right, here's these 3 objects. Sawed-off shotgun, dog food, thunder stick.
Is that Mad Max?
It is Mad Max.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Amazing.
All right, that's 1 point for Kenny.
Thank you.
All right, Swaim, which category would you like?
Even though it's the one I'm going to be the worst at by far, I worked at IGN for 3 years, and I was notoriously terrible at what developer made what. But let's go with Post Game Showdown, to round out the board.
Perfect.
Yeah, good job.
This man knows how to podcast.
I like this. Yeah, this is perfect.
Get variety.
Right? Anything for the content.
Yeah. I'm doing this for the content.
Your game is, what came after A Way Out?
Oh boy, A Way Out. I can say what came before, which was Brothers. But what came after A Way Out? I played through A Way Out with my brother, Adam Ganzer, on the... I have no idea. I'm falling apart.
Ryan?
Buzz this man.
Inside?
No. Kenny?
No.
Is it It Takes Two?
It is It Takes Two.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Of course it
Yeah,
is.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Inside's Play Dead. That I would have gotten.
Oh, yeah. That I like. Actually, I've never played Inside, but I should.
When you
That's
tell me the name of the developer,
Yeah.
I'm going to hit myself because I can't remember it at this moment.
Hazelight.
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 Okay.
is the developer.
Hazelight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'd been terrible at this category.
Yeah.
I cannot remember developers to save my life.
It's a rough category for sure.
Ryan.
Wait, is it to say the name of the publisher or the game that comes after?
The next game.
Say the game as the
Bonus
name.
points.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's keep that rolling.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. All right. Okay.
Okay.
This is 3 games in 1. Portal, Team Fortress 2, and the Orange Box.
Oh, Portal, Team Fortress 2 in the orange box. And after that, oh my God. Was it Half-Life 2?
No.
No.
That's what I was going to say. How about Portal 2?
No.
Damn it.
Swaim?
My brain literally was like, if he doesn't say this, I'll say Half-Life 2. Okay, then I'll say Portal 2. Oh, shit. You already said TFC 2, right? That's in there?
TF2 was part of that trio.
Shoot. Because obviously the bonus point's so easy to get if you can get the actual point.
I may try to help. I may try to help him. Could it be Counter-Strike Source?
No.
Oh.
No idea what that is. Do you have any idea, Swaim?
Valve. I know it's Valve.
It is
That's
Valve.
all I got. No.
It's Valve's hit shooter Left 4 Dead.
Oh, that's right.
What up? I always forget that's them.
Number 4 Dead.
I didn't realize that was them.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
How about
All right, who's up?
That's me. I
It's
believe.
on Kenny.
Oh, okay. Which one you want to
Let's
do?
do
These are tough.
Man from Nantucket.
Okay, here we go. An open world that's dark and gritty. Be the man or sometimes a leather-clad kitty. One button mash in this DC clash. This Nuthouse sequel is called
Arkham City.
Correctamundo.
Amazing.
Softball.
I love when Kenny knows the answer. So he's like in charge of our soundboard. So he just reaches over and he has his finger
dead
on
giveaway.
I got this right.
Got this in the can.
answer. I'm like, all right.
The oh yeah button.
Oh yeah.
We should get that. Soundboard. Which one do you want?
Stuff my sack.
Stuff
sir.
your sack.
Hey.
All right.
Okay.
In my sack, I've got a void repulsor, a Cragger bear, and an Omni wrench.
You are Ratchet.
That is correct.
There you
That
go.
is
Amazing.
correct.
There we go.
So I'm on the board.
Not sure I would have got that.
Finally.
Yeah.
Here, Omni, I think Mass Effect.
I think Cloud, Omni Slash.
Yeah.
First one I thought Half-Life again, but yeah, the Omni wrench is the dead giveaway for me.
All right. I will do let's do the publisher, the thingy.
Okay.
Post
Do
game.
it. I'm glad you got this one. All right.
All right.
Pokemon Yellow.
What came after Pokemon Yellow?
Uh-huh.
Gold and Silver.
That is correct.
All right.
And the dev?
Amazing.
Game Freak.
That is correct.
Oh, there you go.
Look
Amazing.
at that. Now everybody's on the board. Kenny's got 3 points. Ryan's got 2. Swaim's got 1.
All right. I haven't done the post game one yet, so let's do it.
Post-game showdown. Metroid Prime Hunters.
Oh my god.
What came after that?
I'm just gonna. I've only played like 2 Metroid games, the original and Dread. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say Metroid Fusion.
No.
Oh man.
That was good. That was a very.
Thank you.
That's a very good guess.
Educated
though.
guess.
I like it.
Swaim? Any guess?
Comes a very bad guess because I'm wildly unfamiliar with this side of the tracks. Metroid Prime 2?
No. Oh, God. No.
Ryan?
It was Metroid Hunter. Was the
Metroid Prime Hunters.
Metroid Prime Hunters? I'm just gonna say Metroid 2.
No.
All right, I don't know.
Metroid Prime 3.
Oh.
Corruption came after Metroid Prime.
Was Hunters
I know
the-
it's like killing me, Swaim. You're like Metroid Prime 2.
Was Hunters that DS game?
Yeah.
It was the one where you don't actually play as Samus. I think it was like a yeah. All right,
That was a weird game.
Yep.
I wouldn't
Love
recommend
when
it.
they do that.
Oh boy.
What if you're not Batman? I don't know. I don't want to not be Batman. I don't want to find that
Hey,
out.
don't worry, Batman's dead in this game. It'll be good.
Yeah, don't worry. Calm down.
We cut off the thing everybody loves
We
about this
killed the thing
franchise.
that makes people like the franchise. Don't worry, we got this.
I think it's actually
Swaim,
Swaim's
yeah.
turn now. Yeah.
Well, you said I can curse and my dick is so long I can suck it. So give me a lyric.
You did it.
I think you're the first person to ever complete that
Complete
that rhyme.
the metagame. Yeah.
All right. Your alignment is highly unstable. Get orbs for new skills to enable. Spells, swords, and a bow. Your will energy is low. Stop Jack of Blades at the end of...
I'm reaching over and hovering my hand above that success button because I think it's the Fable.
That is correct.
Yeah, there you go.
That is correct. All right. More points. I'm just doling out points here.
He's just throwing them out.
Yeah.
He's a madman, Your Honor.
I got to catch up a bit, so I'm going to keep going with that publisher one because that's the only way to get 2, right?
That's true.
Yeah. There you go.
Smart.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare Reboot 2019.
2019 Call of Duty Modern Warfare reboot. The follow-up was... Oh, God, Call of Duty, why? There's so many of them.
pause. Come on.
I'm gonna go with Call of Duty Black Ops.
No.
Yeah.
I have two answers in my head. One of them I think is right, but I wonder which one it is. I'm going to say Call of Duty World War II.
No.
Damn it.
What do you think, Swaim?
No, it was World War
boy.
I.
I had two answers in my head, and it was either World War II, because I thought that was the point where they ran out of ideas, and we're like, well, let's start again.
Going back to World War II.
It's the one that taught them that lesson, which is the one where Jon Snow does a 9/11 in space.
Oh.
And if that is correct, is it Call of Duty Beyond? It's not that.
No.
I can't even remember the name of that game.
Is it Vanguard?
Warzone.
Warzone. Oh, well, that's
of course.
Well, Warzone is the
Royale.
Battle Royale.
Tricky me.
The Battle Royale one. Yeah.
that is a trick.
I know. I'm such a dick.
Well, but that's part of a game. Is it part of the game?
That's what makes it Leet.
Wait, hold on. Isn't that part of World War II one?
Sort of, kind of.
It came out with that.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
We have little Call
I
of
was
Duty
just trying to
knowledge.
give him a little bit of credit. I was just giving him some credit.
Given.
Yeah.
There's no points.
Credit just shy of a point.
No, I'm fine with no points. I just wanted to give him a pat on the
I'll
back.
give him 0.9 points, but we round down.
No, yeah.
Either way, I'm pretty sure the Jon Snow one was older than that. So
Okay.
That one is, I remember that one.
I'll let you in on a little secret. I actually knew that, but I thought I would make a funny comment. So I'm making it.
Fair. Perfect.
No, you're doing it for the content.
wasn't
baby.
getting that
Anything
point.
for the content.
Do it for the content.
I dig it. Kenny's up?
is that right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure,
I
why
will
not?
take Jack off stuffer. It looks like I wrote Jack, but it's sack stuffers.
Jack off stuffers for 500.
So load. Okay.
Can't read my
Ladder,
handwriting.
slingshot, shovel.
Oh man, that could be a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Ladder, slingshot, shovel. Ladder, slingshot, shovel. I'm going to say that all of those items are in A Link to the Past.
No.
Not a ladder. No, afraid not.
Oh my god.
But I know which one it is.
Swaim, what do you think?
Now we're looking for the game or the character.
Either way works.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm
so
not persnickety
that
about
buzz means it's not Link in any form. Correct.
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, so who else is climbing up crap?
With a
I understand
slingshot.
this is a game show, and I have a limited amount of time.
No.
Not Dennis the Menace. Not Bart Simpson.
No, as long as
You know
it's not
what?
dead air.
Honestly,
But-
I'm willing to bet if we looked up Dennis the Menace, that was probably
He probably
in there.
has those things.
He
No.
probably has those things.
I'm going to go ahead and guess Tunic.
No, afraid not.
The fox from Tunic.
The
Fox from Tunic.
So Link.
So it's a ladder, a shovel,
And a slingshot.
and a slingshot. Of course, that is from the classic.
Of course.
Ladder, slingshot, shovel man. Shovel Knight?
That was it.
No.
No. Animal Crossing.
I
Animal
knew
Crossing.
it. Yeah, I knew it. Fuck.
But I like
Should've gotten
ladder,
that.
shovel, slingshot, man.
Is there not a game where Link has all three of those things, like Link Awakening?
There
or-
is, yeah.
What's the ladder?
There
must be.
The original Zelda game has a ladder.
And a slingshot?
Yeah.
And a shovel?
Maybe.
And
Or is it a
I don't
boomerang?
think there's a shovel. in that.
Are you just saying the wrong thing again confidently?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I'm doing.
Dude, I mixed up a ladder and a boomerang once, and it was very painful. So look out.
Yeah, that joke came back at me.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Boo
this man.
Boo this man.
Buzz him.
Who's up?
Swaim.
Swaim's up.
Oh, great. I'll keep mining my vein of win and stick with Nantucket.
Perfect. All linear, so no need for a guide. No attacking, your best bet is to hide. A side-scrolling tale, timing and puzzles to nail. Don't become another husk when you sneak.
Inside.
Correctamundo.
It was there
Primed
all
me
along.
for that one. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Animal Crossing. New
Highly,
Horizon.
highly recommended play. Very apt metaphor for the way the country's going right now. The end of that game.
because it is the follow up to what was that
Limbo.
other in Limbo, which
Limbo.
I've never played that one either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should. They're good.
I should.
They're both good, but if you only have limited time, I think you can skip right to Inside.
For Inside.
But you could. They both deserve a play for sure.
Oh man.
Ryan's
Yeah,
turn.
Which
one you want, Ryan?
Let's try the sack. Sack attack.
Sack attack.
Sack attack.
All right. Rainbow Edge, Speed Tab, Turbo Ether.
Turbo Ether. The only thing I can think of is like Final Fantasy.
No.
Say it one more time.
Rainbow Edge, Speed Tab, Turbo Ether.
Oh, Rainbow Edge sounds very familiar to me.
So Rainbow Bright.
Rainbow Edge.
Yeah. It's a edge of rainbow.
This is something on the tip of my tongue.
Fucking Edge. Jesus Christ.
And I'm going to take too long thinking.
All right, Swaim, what do you think?
Torment, Tides of Numenera. No, I don't know.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Good game,
That
though.
one caught me off guard. It's Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger. That is what we were looking for.
We were looking for Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger.
They used Ether in that too.
Kenny, what do you think? What do you want?
Post-game showdown.
Post-game showdown. Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Oh, no.
It's Fire Emblem 4 Houses.
I will give a hint on this one.
Okay.
It is not a Fire Emblem game.
Oh,
You're welcome.
thank you.
Oh, I know what it is then.
I am a kind god.
I am a kind god.
Well, let me think about anime thingies and Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Nope, right now. Swaim?
Wild guess.
You've encountered another blind spot. I have no idea about this whole wing of video games. Like Fire Emblem is so whenever they pop up in Smash Brothers, I'm like, who did the what now? Guy with a sword is who?
Do you remember those lame ass announcement trailers where they're just like, we took this person from the 14th Fire Emblem game. Yeah.
We got him. We got Varth. Oh, great.
Oh, thank you. The guy works his ass off. Look, if I was as doing all the stuff that he does with Smash Brothers, I would get to the point where I'm like, fucking just put another sword guy in. I don't want to do this anymore.
Somebody
just throw the Noid from Domino's in there. I'm tired.
I don't care anymore. Just want to sleep.
I'd love to play as the Noid.
Yeah, that's true.
So knowing nothing about this developer, I'm going to say Dragon Story.
No, right not.
It's a Dragon Story. Not even a quest or an age.
What do you
just
think,
a
Ryan?
story of it. I don't know. Fire Emblem Heroes.
That's right. Paper Mario, the Origami King.
Paper Mario.
There is no way I would have gotten there.
Intelligent Systems.
Although that was a
That's
fun
an impressive
game.
leap, too.
Yeah.
A lot of range.
Hard mode.
All right. That's a hard one. Yep. That was a hard one. All right. Who's that? No, I think it's Ryan.
It's me.
Ryan.
Yeah. Let's go with the publisher thing.
Publishing thing again.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
He's really going for the points. I like this.
I need these.
Last one.
Oh, well, that's why I did it.
L.A. Noir.
Didn't they go under after that game? LA Noir. Oh, man. I'm going to deny this question.
What?
It's from LA Noir. Anyways.
Hold on, I'll edit this if I'm wrong, but didn't I just do that post-game Fire Emblem one? So isn't it Swaim's turn?
Oh.
No. It was Swaim.
It was Swaim.
He did that one. Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Wait, no, I didn't originate the question.
No, I originated the question.
guessed.
Okay. We'll go back to Swaim after this one.
Sorry.
I'll edit
Actually,
that.
I guess, Swaim, you can have this one if you want.
Go ahead, man.
What came after L.A. Noir?
Ooh, GTA 4?
Nope.
Ryan?
You've had time to think. Buzz this man.
Yeah.
Kenny?
We're talking about developer, right?
Mm-hmm.
GTA 5.
No. Afraid not.
That was Team Bondi or something,
Yeah,
right?
Team Bondi.
Yeah.
Trick question. There was no game after
Oh,
L.A.
you
Noir.
I said, did they go under after that game?
Team Bondi. Though.
I'm still grappling with the difference between a publisher and a developer.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I actually had the next publisher's game down, and then I had to quickly Google.
Wait, so
I didn't realize I accidentally made it
because the
trick
developer
question.
was Rockstar, right?
Yeah. No, the publisher.
So the public. Yeah, that's what I thought they went under after that game. All right.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's Ryan.
Well, should I pass it because I chose that one?
Sure.
Yeah, let me pass it.
Kenny.
That was mean.
Sack.
Sock it to me.
Okay.
All
right. Sword.
Oh, boy.
What the fuck did
Wait,
I say?
how do you spell
I
that?
just said sword. I'm an idiot. Okay, S word. Sword, twin revolvers, Paz the Skull.
Oh, man. That doesn't sound like something I've played. Paz the Skull.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious
Twin
if it's what
revolver.
I think it is.
Wild, random, enter the gungeon.
Nope, afraid not. Swaim, what do you think?
I think it's in the Soul Reaver franchise, but I can't remember the name of the new one. So I'm going to say Legacy of Kain, which it is not.
No, sir.
Sea of Thieves?
No.
Oh, no. Never mind.
Metal Hellsinger.
Oh, you son of a...
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, that
I
skull
thought it
had
was
a
the
name?
one where you switch between death and war. Yeah.
Did you play those games? Did you play which games he's talking about?
He's talking about Darkstalkers.
Darksiders.
That's right.
I never played any of those.
There's too many games.
Those are hack and slash, right?
Darksiders 2, yeah.
Because Darkstalkers is a fighting game. Darksiders is an action role-playing game, and I just think...
You're really excited.
No, it's just like... You can mispronounce the name of a game, and it was a game from something else.
Probably,
It's like
yeah.
too many games.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Swaim, what do you want?
Give me the sack.
The sack. We got two more in that category. Vac Pack, Jellystone, Plort Gun.
I feel like the Jellystone is the standout clue.
Mm-hmm.
A game where you vacuum stuff up. There's that N64 game where you were made with a vacuum, but it's not that.
I hope he goes that deep. I hope he goes that deep.
I think I'm going to get buzzed out on this one.
No.
I got nothing.
All right. Ryan, what do you think?
Oh, it's on me?
Yeah.
The Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion 2.
Oh, Slime Rancher.
Oh, you got it.
Rancher.
Slimed us.
The one my brain was fishing for was Zombies Ate My Neighbors. That's as close as I
I
could
love
get.
that
Good
game.
one,
Good
man.
game.
That's a really good game.
Very good game.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan? Oh, wait. Yes,
don't
Ryan.
know.
Ryan, you're up.
Okay.
You got either, there's one more limerick and there's one more sack stuffer.
Let me do Sack Stuffer.
Sack stuffer.
All right.
Arcadia Merlot, Chomper's dental office key, Med Hypo.
Ooh.
Chomper's dental office key. Eh?
Oh, BioShock? I don't know.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's I knew it too because of Hypo. Hypo gave it away.
The hypo was kind of like, yeah.
You guys are three-way tied right now.
Oh my
So
god.
it comes down to this question.
It comes down to this question. Kenny, if you get this right, or whoever can get this right, because these are all stealable,
Right. Okay.
wins this.
Oh, boy. That's exciting.
Okay, here we go.
Yep.
It's a limerick, so you know how hard those
yeah.
are.
Okay, let's do it.
Another game about survival and craft, where to build on stern or aft, floating around the high seas unbound, stave off sharks taking a bite of your
Raft.
That is correct. Kenny with the win.
Playing it now.
Oh, man. With the easy softball
The two of
last
you
one.
just like moan.
Well, no, because we're listening to it like, he gets that
Son of a
question.
bitch. Yeah. Well, you guys are trying to take out the hard ones like quickly, but boy, yeah. You guys have figured it out as well as I would have.
Easier one though, I feel, than some of those others. But
The
yeah,
limericks all are. The limericks are always easy.
I'm bad at
They
those.
rhyme.
I think rhyming confounds me. I think my mind goes blank when I hear a rhyme.
So
Rhyming why?
Rhyming wise.
What for?
Yeah, why not?
Swaim, I told you when we were messaging that it was a funny thing with you that I saw you on IGN on GameScoop actually, because the idea for the show came from things like 20 questions, and it was like I wanted a show that had like all of that stuff, you know what I mean? But I saw you on.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I saw you doing 20 questions and stuff, and just thought that you were like just kind of my favorite voice on there and favorite personality on there, and I just messaged you, and then realized that you somehow had already put your hands into my mind earlier in my life, because then I realized that you were from Cracked, and that like blew my mind. It's crazy when you said that's usually reverse, I guess.
yeah. I think this is the first time that's ever happened. But I'll tell you, doing the whole time I was at IGN, I was pushing very hard for a game show, like a video games based game show, and I still hope they do that. Well, now I don't, because I'm a Leetist fan and I don't want them to eat your lunch.
Don't have them take it from us.
It's a super good idea. It's just, to throw the compliment right back at you. I'm so glad you're filling this space. Someone
very much
needs to be
appreciate it.
doing
Well,
this.
it's weird that it isn't a space that is filled, because like I'm looking at G4. Like that's a perfect format for a video game
show.
Game show.
They probably might have
Why
one.
the hell have they not done that oh, it's G4. Yeah. Never mind. Continuing on.
They may have, we just don't know.
Quippy.
Like,
G4 prides themselves on purposely failing. So. Yeah.
Easy Allies has a cool game show that's like battling monsters. We do like a D&D style kind of trivia adventure that they kind of do the same thing. But Swaim, you're around in the early-ish days of YouTube doing a lot of shit back there with Cracked. And I mean, I actually, when I realized that, I had this funny like flashback of me and my friends doing like some hallucinogens, which I don't recommend doing, something I've done like every 10 years of my life or something. But I specifically remember watching you and your head growing very large and your arms coming towards me.
That actually did happen. Swain actually does do that in his
I wonder if that was a sketch or one of my pop-ins that I do. Yeah.
I do have a device that does this.
It's so funny because it's been a long time since I watched any Crack videos, and then when I heard your voice on the pod, it triggered memories like this. Started just flooding back in. Your voice is so distinctive. I loved watching Crack videos back in the day.
It was a golden hour of my life. I definitely cherish it very much. And by hour, I mean 13 years and like 2,000 sketches. But yeah,
holy crap!
Basically, the bulk of my career, it was at Cracked, and so far, and it felt like some kind of, because I formed a sketch troupe basically in college in 2007, and then we got hired en masse to be their entire video department, and through them met, Robert Brockway and Daniel O'Brien and Katie Stoll and all these people who've gone on to like. People who you may not know their names, but these are people who are like Emmy winners now and in all facets of show business. And we were all just concentrated in this one place in time. And it felt like a real golden era or like lightning striking. I just can't. It's kind of shocking that there were so many insanely talented people there at that time. And we cranked that stuff out because we were all scared for our jobs continuously. Like, who knows if the internet. This is early enough that we're like, I don't know, will internet content be a thing 3 years from now? Who knows?
Wow, that's wild.
It is funny that in many ways, I will say like one-off sketch comedy is kind of dead. Like, sorry, Smosh and people who are still doing it. But, everyone's moved on to like 90-second TikToks that teach you how to do a life hack you never thought of. And that's a good form of content too. But there was definitely a golden era of sketch right there from like 2007 to 2015. And it was fun as hell.
Stole that from 5-second films. That's all I'm saying. TikTok stole that from 5 seconds.
It was Vine that stole from 5-second films.
And then they stole from Vine. There.
Yeah, the idea, or 5-second films, I guess the only conceptual leap they didn't make is what if we made that a format and tried to make $5 billion.
Now they stuck with the comedy.
Whoops.
Yeah, they definitely knew what was up.
You're talking about like how much content you put up. Like, there was so much of it. And I was just kind of wondering, like those early YouTube days, like, is there stuff you look back through all those years of like figuring out what works on YouTube that like, if you were talking to yourself back then, it's like, this kind of thing works and this kind of thing definitely does not work. Like with everything you've learned from so many years of doing that stuff.
Well, what's wild is that it changes continuously. So there's stuff I would tell myself if I knew at what point in the past I was going to receive the message. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I do think the internet drives evolution so quickly because we're bouncing off of each other at such an incredible rate that we've reached this kind of, I exist in the meat plane and I exist in the internet plane. And on the internet plane, ideas and memes as like the foundational element of ideas, but even more complex ideas. If you chain some memes together, I guess, ideas develop and move on and change form so quickly to the point that now I would give myself different advice for sure. But if you mean in terms of, well, first of all, I mean, social mores or mores, whatever you say, have also changed tremendously. Like the other night I was watching a sketch I made in 2007 that I was like, oh, no. I was an unwoke piece of shit. Like I didn't think I thought I was clean in that regard. And I was like, no, some of these jokes are pretty dated. Yeah. Like maybe not homophobia, but ableist. You know what I mean? Like things that I've come to realize bother me now that didn't at the time because I was in college pushing buttons to see how funny that could be. So I guess I'd encourage myself to just keep focusing on the craft itself because like there's a big element of being, I'd say 17 to 25, where you think being funny is being contrarian or saying something shocking. And I find that it's much more sustainable in the long term to actually apply yourself to learning about all the different ways that things are funny and all the different formulas at play of like, oh, this kind of funny appeals to this kind of person. This kind of funny appeals to this kind of person. And there's different ways to be funny, different modes of being funny, and like developing out those muscles. It's just like, you know, like if you want to get good at piano, practice piano. So my shitty advice to myself would be like, do what you're doing as hard as you can and you'll get better at it, you know.
Nice.
Which is not a good place to end the chunk. But that's
no, that makes sense for sure. Changes all the time.
But the comedy has evolved, like you said, and through time things have to change. But like, how have you adapted though to that kind of, like you mentioned woke, but like comedy has kind of had to take a back seat and tried to reevaluate its criterias in the past few years, especially
for sure
because of everything that's gone down. Like how have you guys handled that, like in terms of what you look at? Like, are you still at a point where it's like, I know what works and this is what we're going to go forward with? Or is it, we got to pump the brakes a little bit on this?
Well, something the internet has allowed is that you can access the entirety of the globe that's connected to the internet. So I think it becomes a slightly different question because it's like, does this work for enough people that I can support myself or continue my career, keep doing this with this? And if even for people who don't deserve it, like I'm thinking of, you know, Louis C.K. is quote unquote canceled, but he has a new movie out right now and he's touring. And so there's enough people that don't care that he jerked off in front of people that are like, or they forgave him or whatever. Yeah. There's enough people to support him continuing to do his thing. So I would say for me, it's about going back to brass tacks of like, well, there's two answers. One is I pivoted away from comedy and into video games. So now I'm doing a lot more stuff with video games. I've got a video game podcast. I'm here talking with you, lovely gentlemen. My day job is writing a video game. So I've pivoted heavily away from comedy. So maybe the argument is like it had its time and place and I've been flowed out of that. But I will always consider myself a comedian because I like being funny and making jokes. On my own podcast network, SmallBeans, we try to make jokes and we fancy ourselves funny. And for me, the way that I can cling on to that while still adapting and changing with the times is really nerdy but you asked. So the actual answer is that I get off on the math of what comedy is. Yeah. So to me, I have long conversations with my cohort about like, well, at its heart, comedy is an involuntary reflexive action to the sudden surprising contrast or juxtaposition of highly contrasted elements.
Busted out a dictionary for comedy.
Right? And that doesn't require any particular, like, you have to hate trans people to do that. Right? You know, like, you don't, anything can go through that machine. So God. So I go back and go like, okay, I had a sketch in the past called Kid's a Champ that has a joke about like a teacher having sex with a young child. And that's a joke that was funny to me when I was 20 because of the contrast of how surprising and shocking that is. Now that I'm 37 and I'm like, actually, that kind of shit happens and it's horrible when it happens. I would go back to brass tacks and think of, okay, well, what else is surprising? It doesn't have to be surprising in that direction, right? And so it's just about reformulating. And I think admitting your mistakes and just always trying to improve, right, is the other leg of that. Because I've found that people definitely online are looking to drag you and will find things from your past to say, this was bad, you're bad.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what shuts that down better than anything else? Going, hey, thanks for pointing that out. That was bad. I've learned from that and from this interchange. They don't know what to do. They're like, oh, I came here spoiling for a fight with someone who still feels this way. And if you just go, I've grown from that point, they can't really say shit. That's how I handle it.
It's amazing to me how many people just don't realize that people fucking grow in this world and you learn new things and you change your opinions and you live your fucking life. And like you see a bunch of people going at people's old Twitter Like a lot of comedians with their old Twitter and their old tweets. Oh man, that was homophobic. Oh, that's a trans joke. You're against this. It's like, no, maybe they were just thinking in that mindset, in that headspace during that period of time in their life.
Also, it might have been funny.
Right. And it might have been fucking funny, and people need to shut the fuck up, like sometimes I don't know. It infuriates me to a point where it's just like, because they think that they should have a platform to stand on for these kind of things, because being a woke social warrior sometimes is it's the bandwagon people like to hitch themselves to. But like at the end of the day, like I think comedy can evolve from this, and I think it's a good thing that comedy can evolve from this, but also take into account what made comedy back then as well. Don't remove it, but sculpt it, change it.
We can all learn together,
reinvent it
without like attacking people.
They could never make Blazing Saddles today.
Yeah.
That doesn't diminish Blazing Saddles as a genius masterwork of its time.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Nor does it invalidate that you're like, but I think we could do comedy today in an even more sensitive way that includes more people. You're like, great, then do that. That's great. Do that too. Blazing Saddles also rips. You know what I mean? Those things can be true.
Speaking of things that rip, I'm guessing this is like from a really old interview you did, that the only like influence comedically I saw in your wiki was, you said The Simpsons, probably in an old interview. But I was just wondering, I'm your age and I was a big fan of The State, and what in the sketch comedy world did you really like growing up?
Well, when you say rip in The Simpsons, I assume you mean rest in peace, because that should be sailed. But
oh boy.
Futurama. Well, I'm a fan of, so that's in the same way I was talking about Crackton. Like, I love those people, right? I didn't love the company. The company is a shell, and the people, blah, blah, blah. So I definitely followed David X. Cohen and all of the golden era Simpsons writers over to Futurama. So Futurama was huge for me. Just like, it doesn't matter the show. I think those people are geniuses at comedy, and it just speaks to me. But in terms of actual sketch troops, like, pre-internet, what formed my own writing sensibilities, I think, the most are probably Kids in the Hall and Monty Python. Man,
I'm so glad you said Kids in the Hall.
I'm so glad you said Monty Python.
There you go.
Well, we're both glad for you. Did you watch? Were you one of the 3 people that watched Brain Candy?
Love Brain Candy.
I love Brain Candy. That's one of my favorite movies.
I found 2 of them.
Hugely underrated. Yeah.
There's one more of us somewhere.
God, I love how much they shit on it in the new season.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's such an interesting concept that they were like, we're going to format a kind of like a parody, like anthology movie. We're going to have different skits. There's going to be Cancer Boy, and we're going to do stuff weird with him, and we're going to do like all sorts of crazy things. But it all's wrapped around this concept of a pill that makes you happy. Yeah. And it's such an interesting idea. And I always applauded it for what it was trying to do. But man, did people not like that film.
Kids in the Hall were always like that, though. They tried things. And I think they presaged stuff like Mr. Show that had that linking element, right? Like, they were like, we can actually get kind of clever with the format and the structure of sketches and try new weird stuff. And I just love the idea that they're all in their 50s or 60s now, and they sat around and they got this Amazon deal, and they're like, for the first sketch, let's talk about how our movie sucked and then show our penises to everyone. And you're like, that is a good first sketch. It's
the opening sketch go, well, we finally made our money back on Brain Candy.
That's right. It broke even as of this moment.
God, he plays like the Lorne Michaels character. It's so uncanny. But it's kind of,
I like when the show does that, though, when they put like kind of the litmus test right in the beginning of the show, and say like, this is as weird as it's going to get, just FYI, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what you're
They did the same thing with Black Mirror with the pig fucker episode.
That's true, man.
For sure.
That is, Black Mirror's like, we're this edgy, cool thing. Oh yeah, pig fucker episode. Here we go.
And it was disappointing because I thought every episode would be that sexy and erotic, but it really fell off.
More of that, man.
Yeah.
Off after the pig
and then I got to shout out the actual people who were my peers, doing it at the same time, that I really, really admire. You mentioned 5-second films. We were always looking across the aisle at each other like, awesome. You're go, man, go.
God,
and then
so
also, the College Humor and Funny or Die crew, like we all met at comedy conventions and were pals and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But then in terms of more obscure stuff, like, I really, really loved Poik Pack, which most people haven't heard of, but I recommend. So, like, if you're looking, the great thing about the internet, right? Everything's there forever. So if you don't know these words I'm saying, and you do like sketch comedy, like if you're a fan of Tim Robinson or whatever sketch comedy is going on, there's a treasure trove of hidden, incredible sketches by teams like Horsehead Businessman, Poikpac, that's Poykpac, and Picnic Face, great Canadian troupe. And then, of course, Good Neighbor, who are Beck Bennett, Kyle Mooney, and Nick Rutherford, who went on to be, a big deal on SNL. But they started, like at the same time I was doing Cracked, they were doing sketch stuff through their imprint, Good Neighbor, and that's sort of how the path wound for them. So it was a glorious time. It was a Wild West internet. Like, oh, we can do video on the internet now. It's like it's amazing how fast it moves. That's just 15 years later.
That to me that to me is like the 90s, like nostalgic like feelings of everything that I loved is like 90s, right? I was 1985, right? So most of my formative years are in the 90s. But I think back to like the formative years of YouTube and video, like on there. That is it, man. What you're just described there, like that. I mean, every bit of that was just so.
Yeah, I think of After Hours for sure.
Yeah, all these talented people, these comedians coming together, coming up with these unique concepts for these sketches that, it's not on a television show. It's on a link to a, maybe it's on Newgrounds, maybe it's on E-Bombs World. Yeah. I mean, like there's so many different venues.
These days it's so much harder to like sort through all the shit to find gold, but back then, I mean, the ones that were big were, like y'all.
You know what I think happened that's interesting is it's this sweet spot where, to make polished looking video product used to be you had to have a cameraman and a camera and a bunch of reels of film and lights. And so there was a barrier to entry that meant almost no one could do it. Then it lowered to the point with the advent of the internet where we were like, oh, you just need a DSLR and a simple like light ring and some friends and a reflector. Okay, that's still some equipment. So we were in this sweet spot where only people who were willing to put down a couple $1,000s and really cared tended to make video content. Now the bar's gone so low that you can make a good looking video with your phone. Therefore, everyone in the world is a content creator. And I find that you end up with a sea of stuff where you're like, okay, now it's back to like America's Funniest Home Videos. We're just watching an uncut feed of what people's lives are like. Like this is just footage of people's lives. And that's what most content is now online.
Speaking of now that I've nerded out about Cracked, I mean, SmallBeans is what you do now. And you got that network of a bunch of podcasts. You do so much stuff on there. It seems like you have an outlet to do whatever you kind of feel like now. I mean, there's a bunch of different movie stuff. There's a podcast just for Stephen King movies, a podcast just for Coen Brothers movies. There's one where you guys kind of just sit and talk about depression. I mean, and your video game one, which I guess like just this year got now iHeart's doing that.
Yeah, we just jumped from SmallBeans, which is sort of our indie label, to I don't know, whatever you'd call like iHeart, a mega corp label, with one of our shows. So that show's called One-Upsmanship, and thank you for the opportunity to plug it, because I do think there's a lot of people who followed it on SmallBeans and still don't know that we changed time slots, so to speak. So yeah, check out, that's One-Upsmanship, where Adam Ganzer and I argue about video games each and every week, but we do deep dives, not game shows, so we can safely ally with your podcast.
But he's taking notes right now and going, add game shows.
Add game shows.
Okay, we'll
destroy to something in a sack.
Leetist.
Let's go ahead and keep the limericks, and we'll go ahead and get rid of the sack stuffers.
Could we call it bag fillers? Could we get away with that?
We have one more audio game to play with you, but if there's anything else, I mean, there's so many things on SmallBeans, but anything else you want to just shout out and plug for your stuff?
I will just say that, ironically, the hardest thing I think for SmallBeans to produce now is video. Like in the early days of even SmallBeans, we had some great sketch series like Disney Owns You and Life Hacks and stuff like that. And now it's become solely an audio network. And I do think that has something to do with, but I'm in the middle of it. Give me another 15 years and I'll understand all these trends looking back. But yeah, no, that's it. Check out patreon.com/smallbeans if you've liked my ramblings and you want to see what we're all about. We have, I think, 15 podcasts running right now. So,
awesome.
I said like 15 and I was right.
Well done.
It is
Give this
like
man a
15 or 15.
All right. Well, are you down to play one more game? I think we have an audio game.
Please. Absolutely.
All right. Well, that was enjoyable, dude.
Yeah,
that was a great
Thank
talking
you so much for no, honestly.
Mutually so.
Plus bringing me down memory road, talking about all those old videos that really just kind of that formed some of my comedy chops too. Like when I, formed my sense of humor in my comedy, I was like, oh man, all this is just hitting, resonating.
Can I ask? Because I do think the thing I'm most known for is After Hours, which if you're listening to this and you haven't checked that out, it is a lot of fun if you're a pop culture fan. There's 10 years of it, so quite a bit. Has anyone on here seen Agents of Cracked? That was the more obscure, but like...
I watched some of it in preparation to talk to you, but I had not back in the day, yeah.
So fun. So
Yeah,
that
it's
was
great.
our
It's all
like
good.
actual sitcom with camera work and shit.
For sure,
So
yeah.
I always wonder who's seen
Man.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that's
got
kind
the
of why I brought up
production.
like the state kind of influence. I kind of get vibes from that, and I love the state.
Oh yeah, the State and Stella were big.
Yeah, I've never heard of
touchstones
the
for
State.
You know the state.
After Hours.
You know Viva, Viva
Agents.
Reno 911, those guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The State was their first
Yeah.
troop back on MTV, but
Yeah.
go ahead, Ryan.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, we got another game for you. We got in the similar vein. The way this is going to work is I'll give a question, and if the person doesn't get it right, rotates around until someone gets it right or not. This one is going to be called 5-second song scramble.
He's so excited.
I am excited. So I got songs from video games, but I randomized all the spots, and it's 5 seconds of a song, and you have to guess the game that's from. But the music is all scrambled. Okay. So I am so excited to see how much this fails. All right. So
Here comes a big fat goose egg. Yeah.
all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kenny, you are starting us off.
Sure.
And here is your first one. That's it. What? That's what you get. It's a 5-second scramble.
I'm having a problem with my Discord. That sounded all scrambled.
Yes.
I need to reset or whatever.
Yes.
I thought Ellie from Last of Us at first, but I don't think that's right. I think it's something that I'm not going to know, but I'll just say The Last of Us.
That is incorrect. I think Michael would be next, right?
If I recall, there's actually a scene where she plays a song she wrote in The Last of Us 2, so I'm going to guess that.
That is incorrect.
Good call, though.
What game is this from?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I don't even have a guess.
This is Bastion.
Oh, wow.
Ah.
Damn, that can
We'll play it
That
again.
game. Yeah.
And the boy.
Yeah, gotcha.
I guess.
Son of a
Sure.
bitch.
All right. All right.
I believe you.
Swaim. All right. Here's yours. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
What game?
I'm going to guess Donkey Kong Country.
That is incorrect.
That's what I would have said.
Tim.
It seems like a rare game, that's for sure. Conker's Bad Fur Day.
No.
Banjo Kazooie.
No.
Son of a bitch.
Crash Bandicoot.
That would have been my next guess.
Crash
Bandicoot.
Bandicoot.
Should have got that.
Naughty
Should've got
Dog
Oh, that's true.
of Last of Us. fame.
Battle. All right. So let's go to Tim.
Okay.
Here is your next one.
DuckTales.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
I
You
had to
finally got
throw
one.
it in, man. I had to throw it in. We always
Nice.
usually include a DuckTales song, but that's the moon theme from DuckTales. It's absolutely amazing.
You know what? I got confused there. I could have sworn that I heard Mega Man 3 stuff in there.
Well, yeah, because it's Capcom and
Yeah, I know, yeah.
the beat. All right, Kenny,
Yes,
ready?
sir.
Here we go.
Oh, Battletoads.
That is correct.
Yeah. Well
done.
Oh,
Amazing.
my God.
Wow.
He
I'm
is
thoroughly outclassed.
boy. Oh, boy.
We've learned just from doing this podcast for a year. We weren't that great at it before.
It helps when we keep recycling the same games.
I should probably keep score as well. All right. So let's. All right. So next,
Swaim is on.
Swaim. Here we go. That's it.
Epic.
It's orchestral, it's epic, it's sweeping.
If you ever want me to replay it, I can replay it if that helps.
I think the closest I'm ever going to get is like the ballpark. So replaying it is kind of pointless. I guess. I'm going to guess it's a Final Fantasy and I'll go with X.
No,
FFX.
no, Tim.
Oh shit, it's me.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Skyrim.
No.
Spider-Man PS4?
No.
Oh,
Dragon Age Origins.
I just played that game 2 weeks
Age
ago.
Origins. All right.
That's what I'm playing DuckTales right now, and it's still I know this is tricky.
It's funny, man. It's like I love making these, and I'm like, man, I would get all of these, but I should play to my audience a little bit more. All right, but I enjoy doing it, so fuck it.
Go ahead,
Tim.
Here's Tim.
I'm ready. It's epic. It's orchestral. It's Fallout something. But which one? Fallout 4?
I'm going to give it to you. It's
Amazing.
It's Fallout 3.
Okay.
But I want to give it to you because that's impressive that you got that.
Thank you.
We can just do franchise.
I'm going to say franchise
Well,
just to
thank
make this
you.
easier. So there you go, bud.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Plus, I'm pretty sure they use the same theme between the two.
That also makes sense.
All right, Kenny. Kenny, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here you go, bud.
Oh,
I want one of those instruments so bad. Weird Al had one on stage. No, like the ones like that.
Oh yeah,
Is that not the
yeah.
the sister theme song? That's that old sitcom?
I was going to say, is this a Dr. Dre song? I will say, oh man, what the hell is that?
Sister.
Shaq Fu.
No. All right, Swaim.
Oh boy. Can I hear a replay actually? Because something in it tickled a memory center in my brain.
All right, let's replay it.
I'm trying to imagine what I'm doing as I hear that, and it's all so cool. Cool Spot.
No, man, if Cool Spot had that music, if Cool Spot had that music, Cool Spot would be a franchise to this day.
That's true.
GTA.
That is correct.
Oh, that's right.
Do you want to give this?
That should have been easy.
You got it, but do you want to give the specific?
So obvious in retrospect.
Yeah, it is.
Do you know which
San
one?
Andreas?
Yeah.
San Andreas, wow.
San Andreas.
Yeah.
What's up?
All right. That was Kenny, right? So Swaim. All right. Here we go, bud.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try this. All right. Now, you may be thinking you're having a brain aneurysm, but you're not.
Yeah.
It's scrambled
This
music.
is reminding me of having like a Discman in my pocket and the.
I really should have called it a Discman, Discman skip.
While jogging or something. Yeah.
Skip disc. Skip disc.
I have no idea, so I'm going to say the video game that I think has the best music of all time, Skull Monkeys.
Ooh. No,
I don't know that one.
But I'm going to say that may have to come into the game at some point.
Check it out.
Tim, you have any idea?
Check it out.
Oh, I was going to guess Wolfenstein.
That is incorrect.
Screeching guitars.
Do you want to hear it again?
No, I don't know. Cyberpunk. I don't know.
No.
Okay.
So in the original, it was orchestrated, and then in the second game, they were like, "We're gonna add guitar music to the theme." That is Halo 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Halo, man.
Yeah, there we go.
Same
All
way
right,
on Halo
Tim.
games. What's up? Okay, go ahead.
Here you go, bud.
I'm ready. Oh, god damn it.
That is so familiar.
It is really familiar. the opening. Just play it again. Play it again, Sam.
Play it again, Sam.
Hollow Knight?
That is correct.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Amazing.
What's up?
It's like a magic trick.
All right. That is beautiful, man. It is actually a really pretty song.
That's beautiful, man.
I still have never beaten that game. That is a tough game.
Yeah, I've come close.
Hollow Shovel Slingshot Ladder Knight.
You got it, man. I'll give you a point for that. All right. Kenny.
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Oh, I got to stop playing games while listening to podcasts. Because I know this. I know this. Is that like a Zelda dungeon? Or is it a Zelda one? Legend of Zelda.
You said franchise.
Franchise, Zelda.
It said franchise, you're right.
That's
it is Link to the Past. Yes.
Well done, guys.
Yeah.
Just to make this game a little bit easier.
Yeah.
All right, Swaim. You ready, bud?
Oh no, the spotlight's on me again. All
Here
right.
you go. Here
Hold on to
you
your
go. Here you go.
butts.
There we go.
Classic.
And yeah, I mean, I can hear the unscrambled song in my head, and I still Super Mario World.
I'm going to give you Super Mario. Yep, it's Super Mario Brothers 2.
Okay.
Boogaloo.
But you get it.
Well done.
Well, franchises, yeah.
All right. Tim.
We keep talking about franchise.
Oh.
I had to sneak it
I'm
in.
going to go with Mario.
Yeah, you go.
64, right?
It's Mario 64.
Amazing.
That's Dire Docks. Probably one of my favorite
And
pieces
Jolly Roger
of music.
Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we don't talk about Jolly Roger. Hey, we talk about Dire Docks. All right, Kenny, ready?
Yep. Oh no.
Boy, I don't know what that is.
Is that a Mega Man?
That is a Mega Man.
Yeah.
That is Metal
Amazing.
Man's theme.
Metal Man's theme.
Well done.
That is Metal Man. He's a metal man. All right, ready, Swaim?
He's self-explanatory.
He's self-explanatory.
Ooh, damn. Kind of sounds like a Sonic to me. I'm gonna guess Sonic.
That is incorrect.
Pokemon.
Pokemon was a Pokemon. Right, that's correct.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is correct. Okay. I was waiting for you to-
That is correct. Yes.
We're on the edge of our seats.
Yeah. Sorry. I thought. Yes. All right. All right. Who are we on?
That's
again?
me.
All right.
What
Here
are
you
we
go,
on?
bud. Good luck.
I'm going to randomly pull out a game that I can picture myself playing while hearing that and say A Hat in Time.
No. Good guess, though. Good game.
Thanks.
Good game. Swaim.
Good fail.
Same strategy, different memory center triggered. Yoshi's Island?
No.
Mario Kart?
Yes.
Oh, you son of a bitch, Tim.
Specifically, Double Dash.
Holy
which
crap.
is a really awesome game that people should play.
Tim is obviously the one that listens to music and not
Or
podcasts.
has a brain for sound. Yeah, I just don't think of music. It doesn't occupy my brain space.
Well, this one goes out to you, bud. Are you ready? Here we
Yeah, no, but yeah.
go.
Boy. Gradius. Final answer.
Oh, no.
Tim?
Is it me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Punch Out.
Yeah,
Son
that
of a
is
bitch. I knew it too. I knew
It's
it.
Punch Out. Tim, you may be running away with this game, but we're going to keep this, this
I'm
party
getting
train going.
Smoked on this game.
All right, Tim, it's on you now.
Oh, cool.
All
Okay.
right, here we go.
It's epic. It's orchestral. It's Skyrim.
That is correct.
Oh, son of a
All right, Kenny, ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
God damn you. Damn you to hell.
That is Sonic.
That is Sonic.
Amazing.
Sorry.
Arguably, potentially, the only one of these I ever had a chance of ever getting is the Sonic music. Yeah.
Should have just done that.
I thought about just giving it to you for half a second, but then I didn't.
All right, I'm gonna do. There's 2 more left, so here's yours.
That was really nice.
What is it? It's that
epic,
feeling of
it's orchestral.
It's Diablo 1.
No, but that's a good guess. I like it.
Super Metroid.
That is Super
Son of a bitch,
Metroid.
Tim. You are way too good at this.
That's so weird that you can identify that.
Tim's won this game by far, but I'm going to play this last one, and it's a tough one, so I want all 3 of
Co-op
you to
it?
guess
Yeah,
this
okay.
one.
Okay.
All right, let's co-op now. Yes.
What the hell is that? That is, it's Game Boy. It is.
You all can help out.
Game
My-
Boy?
It's definitely Game Boy.
I mean, my brain served up Alex Kidd games. That's
Mario
what I got.
2 on Game. Yeah, Mario 2.
Yeah, it's Mario Land.
Yeah.
So on Game Boy, it was called Super Mario Land.
Amazing.
2, the 6 golden rings.
Tim, you are
But
ridiculous.
It doesn't matter, Tim, with 10, 11, well, with that points.
Wow.
It was really fun making that game with you,
It
Ryan.
was fun making this game. I will say that probably my enjoyment of just scrambling it was far more exceeding than my expectations of how people were going to get
Well,
the answer.
Swaim, thank you for holding my hand and driving off the cliff with me. That was fun.
Absolutely, we Thelma and Louise that game. It was great. Yeah.
I was the cliff.
Yeah, Tim, I think that, like, as soon as Tim got in the rhythm, he was like, oh, this is my game.
Yeah.
I'm going to win.
Yeah.
Swaim, thanks so much for being on the show, man. We really appreciate it. And I guess we're at the end of our journey together, my friend. But one more time, tell people what you want to tell them.
It's epic. It's orchestral. It's patreon.com/smallbeans or wherever you get podcasts. Yeah. Find me on Small Beans. If you're looking specifically for more video game chat, I do that over at One Upsmanship. And we'd love to entertain you for an hour. But yeah, this was a blast, guys. Thank you so much. Really means a lot that you'd take the time and reach out. Super fun.
Thank you so much, man.
Oh, man. It's, totally on this end, too. We appreciate you coming out, and we enjoyed it. We want you back. Come on back.
Love to come back as long as the criterion is not that I have to be super good at the game.
What? Okay, hold on. Before, what if we made a game that would help with your trivia? Like, what games would be good? Like, what video games would be good to target?
I feel like I can flex surprising nuts on, I would say, your middling popular indie games. You know what I mean? Like any Lucas Pope stuff, anything that's like
Escape from Monkey
like
Island.
I do think Hollow Knight is one of the only ones I would have gotten as well.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. So
Silk Song coming out soon.
We're writing all this down. We'll listen to One Upness too and get more ideas on there for the next time we get you on here.
Right
there
on,
you
man.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the best way to get me back. Listen to One Upsmanship and then plan questions in sequence of the games that I've been covering.
There it is.
That would be phenomenal for me.
Yeah, we could totally do it and
for
still make it a
real.
little challenging. Yeah, for sure.
You're the man, Swaim. We really appreciate you, bud.
Anytime.
Thanks, Swaim.
Thanks,
Thanks
man.
much.
Thanks for being on.
Now is the time in the show where we go around the table and talk about what we're excited about from the week, something we've been doing, whether it's a game, a TV show, a movie, a book, a hobby, anything from the week that we are thankful for.
Oh, yeah.
Flavorful.
I'm ready.
It's called
Oh, yeah.
Flavor of the Week. Flavor of the Week. I'll get mine out of the way. Mine's kind of boring because it's stuff. Everything I've been doing is stuff we just talked about last week because I have been playing the shit out of Archvale.
Yeah.
After Ryan and Ross talked about it, and it's amazing.
Is it Arch or Arc?
I think it's Arch. I don't know.
ARCH?
Archville's an awesome game.
In the game?
No, they go.
Yeah.
He said it. Oh, okay.
I've been playing
one of those.
like a mage build, and all rods and staffs. It's pretty awesome.
That's awesome, man. Ross nail on the head with the kind of games that I like. So it's like as soon as I played that, I was like, oh yeah, I really dig that game. But then I just I fell off.
I finished.
That's that bullet hell like action one, right? No.
It's a little bullet hell-y.
You're right.
It's like an RPG
There is
bullet hell.
There's bullet hell.
I
It
wish
was like bullet hell like Legend of Zelda or something like that.
Yeah,
It's like
really
Enter
good.
the Gungeon. Have you ever played Enter the Gungeon?
I've seen it. I've never played it.
I wish the gamepad support was better on PC because you have to use mouse and keyboard, which, for aiming in a game like that, it's better, but there's sometimes I wish I could use the gamepad, especially on those little like mini games where you run
You're
around.
not using a controller for it?
Are you on PC?
Yeah.
Are you?
It's not working well for me. I don't know why. Through the Game Pass app, it's like I can't aim down with a controller. I don't know. On those little mini games where you got to run around the planet and get the little diamond thing. It's really hard with a
Hey,
with the
good
mouse.
studio.
Hey,
I finished last night The Bear.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Amazing.
The
Man.
Hulu.
That show is so good. How about
the
episode
Hulu
7,
show.
man?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And that show is kind of cheating with me because they use, it's chock full of Wilco and Radiohead songs.
Yeah, it is. I noticed that.
Yeah, there's a lot of it, and they work so well too. The songs, especially the really frantic. There's a Wilco song called "Spiders Kid Smoke," and they use the live version of it in that whole like really frantic kitchen part. And I think it's the one you're talking about,
Episode 7, where everything goes to shit kind of thing. Yeah. Oh my God.
Did they use Creep? Is that what
no,
they
used Let
That's
Down.
like all I know that, like, whenever someone's like, they got a Radiohead song, it's like, okay, you're doing the orchestrated version of Creep again?
No, if you're cool, you don't use Creep.
Or do you do the slow
down version?
Slow down version of a Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit? Or
Done by like Postmodern Jukebox or whatever.
That was the actual Radiohead version.
Oh, getting the Marvel movie trailer treatment.
Okay, thank you.
World.
Let Down is the song from OK Computer, which is kind of a sleeper song on that album. It's like the one where you don't realize how much you like it until like the 5th time you hear that song.
Yeah, I usually skip that one, and then I heard it on the show. I was like, oh yeah, I do like this song.
Great song, yeah. But yeah, The Bear, Hulu. It's about a guy who inherits a kitchen from his brother, I guess, and he's running it. Yeah.
Is there like, so, I mean, I haven't seen the show, but I don't think it would be a spoiler. Why is it called The Bear?
That's his nickname, and then it comes into play later as well. You'll find out more, but yeah. Also, I saw Hamilton this week, which was fun. My first musical ever.
Wait, that was your first musical?
Yeah.
Way to set the
Ever
bar.
going to a musical?
Yeah.
Oh,
and I had heard some of it before. I heard Weird Al's version.
That's
I just find it really impressive.
the Hamilton polka.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so good.
There's a cute video of Lin-Manuel Miranda too, listening to that for the first time. Just all these little cute little reactions.
And Jimmy Fallon.
He's so talented. I mean, Lin-Manuel is very talented, but I think I'm wondering if he will be one of those one-hit wonder kind of people. He came up with that Hamilton thing because he wrote that other movie that came out recently. It was another musical, and it did not do well at all.
I mean, if he doesn't do anything else, I think he deserves to just
die
take all
happy.
his money.
Yeah.
That's all I could think of.
You could
watching
live
this
for
thing.
a year off of how much people probably paid to just see the show we went to.
Yeah.
You think of how many songs are in that, how many lyrics, and God, all the I wonder how much of that like choreography he did himself, or there's the whole thing is just nuts.
Good question.
Yeah, he's the showman, man.
I was there too. It was definitely a hell of a performance.
And you're not Tim's not a big musical theater person,
not a big musical theater person.
But this was probably more in your up your alley, right?
Yeah, as far as musical goes, this was definitely up there. You know, it's all relative to me. I mean, I still enjoyed myself, and it was still like good times. Just musicals just aren't my preferred medium. I guess is probably the best way to say.
Mine neither. That's why I had never been to one. But I was telling Tim that I think as a musician, and maybe he felt the same way. I was talking about how like it's hard to pay attention to the storyline, especially in something like Hamilton, where the entire thing is music. Yeah. And I'm like looking down at the band, I'm looking at the choreography, I'm listening to harmonies, like vocal harmonies, and then I lose what's going on in the story.
And then they're also rapping really fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that one's a little bit tougher, but even like other musicals, sometimes too, you get kind of enwrapped with what's happening on stage that you're like, oh yeah, that's right, you've been singing, and this song is about X, and I've totally missed the point of this song.
Did you notice the Jefferson sounded like Eminem?
Jefferson. Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
I thought he sounded. Anyways,
but yeah, I just packed a bunch into one, so that's it.
Good, Ryan. What you got?
Man, that was good. For me, flavor is, It's been a mild week for me in flavor. It's like I've gotten nothing but vanilla ice cream. You know? It's been like not the best flavor, but I have been working a little bit more on my Steam Deck, as we mentioned. In the previous thing.
Yeah, with all your modding stuff,
modding and getting stuff situated and learning more about it. And really, that Steam Deck just is kind of impressive of what you can do with it. Yeah. And when you get things working, it is like, you're working on an engine of a car and all of a sudden the car just starts up and you're like, God dang, I've been spending all this time doing it. I finally freaking did it.
Yeah, it's same with like building a PC.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when that fan turns on and all of a sudden you're like, oh, thank God. Yeah, I did it.
The house doesn't burn down.
And then it gives you that error 822 and then you're like, ah, shit. Yeah, I've gone through those several times too. No, it's been, kind of working on that. And like in terms of video games, it has been kind of light for me. I kind of went back to God of War because I'm like, I want to get back into this because the new God of War Ragnarok. And I keep forgetting how effing beautiful the beginning of that game is because it has this really good score that I didn't think anything could top my love of the original God of War theme. Like, I really love the original God of War theme. But the
Delakin,
well, that would be Elder Scrolls,
right?
Yeah, gotcha. But no, I really love this kind of nice Nordic style like music and just. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Like the beginning of it when you're building a pyre to light a flame, your wife. And it's so
sad
scene.
And touching.
Absolutely.
I don't mention it on the show very much, but I play God of War like at least once a week. So
really?
A little bit of. Yeah, I do. On the PC version because I bought it,
I believe it.
So you got to do it.
It's worth playing.
Yeah, so I've been playing it too.
Yeah. I fell off a Stray though. Like I will say that the cat can only hold your attention so much.
And it was a free game, so I was like, I'm done with this.
Yeah. Well,
I get it. It's nice.
Yeah. It wasn't a free game for me. I bought on Steam.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah.
But I will always support Annapurna. No, boy.
I got it. Took me a second, but I loaded it.
But nice. No, I mean, it's just, again, it's like one of those games where it's like, we had a good conversation about this in our Discord. Join us. The Leetist Discord, where we talk about games games of the video type. But we were talking a little bit about the perfect game length. And I thought that was interesting because everyone kind of had a different aspect in idea. And I get it. It probably is game dependent. Like if it's an RPG versus if it's a point and click, right? You're looking for a game length. But like to me, again, I feel like a game should recognize, like a movie should recognize when it's like, okay, time to set the lights back on. We're done with the movie. We're done with the game. Sure. And some games don't know how to end.
Yeah.
Or they overstay their welcome.
You're absolutely right. A lot of games do that.
And you're like, okay, like I get that it's such an interesting concept. It's like a reverse of the movie industry world where it's like, the movie you have to pack in as much as you can, and usually about 3 hours is your max length. Usually, like most people do 3. Like if it goes 3 hours, but it's usually before that. Video games have this like idea that it has to be long, or you won't think that you have content. And I disagree wholeheartedly.
For AAAs especially.
Look, I mean, a Short Hike is a perfect example. It was a very beautifully done, well, self-contained game that only takes about an hour or so to beat, and it does what it needs to do and gets out. I ordered a meal. They gave me exactly the meal I wanted, and I felt full after that meal. But like sometimes you order something and it's like, this is too much. Like I cannot finish this. And yes, I have leftovers, but do you ever like eating leftovers like more so than the original?
Sometimes when I'm like hungover.
No.
Same. I said on the Discord, like my favorite games, I can get 70, 80 hours out of like a Fallout, out of a Dark Souls, out of Metal Gear 5.
Yeah, ideally, when it comes to games, like if I want to get hooked, I want that game to never end.
And all of those games I just mentioned, I get that much time out of it without feeling like I'm repeating because they're so big. Without seeing the same things over and over again, I can get a good 70 hours. Yeah. That's a great.
I think it's just it's for me. I definitely have gotten pickier in my games as I've gotten older. I've gotten a little pickier. I'm more
you and me both, brother.
I'm more cantankerous. The Alt F4 is very real.
Yeah. It's my favorite button combination.
I think Ross said he beat Dark Souls in like 40, less than 40. And I'm like, how the hell do you there's so much of that game you must have not seen.
we should call that the kiss of death, by the way. The Alt F4 is just like the kiss of death. Because like when you do that, you know you're never opening that application.
Oh, it's true. Yep.
Like,
it's gone forever.
It's gone forever.
Speaking of which, I just reinstalled Nier Automata. I was just telling Tim how I uninstalled it because I was pissed. Because the beginning of that game is like, it's got to be over 20 minutes.
You were off that game.
Of
like
a bullet hell.
Pissed.
And if you die, you got to start it all over again. So if you want to play on a harder difficulty, which I wanted to, it's hard at the beginning, especially like the whole game isn't this bullet hell thing, which I'm not that great at. And it's like, God, it just wasted so much of my time.
Did you think of that because I said Alt F4? Is that the name of one of the characters in there?
No, because you said Alt F4 in that conversation.
Hilarious if there's a game where the character named Alt F4. It's like, if you do this, I will die.
All right, boys, my turn.
Yeah.
Hunt Down. I talked about this in the Discord briefly. Man, it is an action shooter that's also kind of like a comedy that is on Steam. I mean, it's 10 out of 10 on Steam. Came out last year.
It's like overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's such a cool game. It's fast-paced action. The art style is amazing. It's just like high-quality pixel graphics kind of thing, or high-quality, like cartoon animation kind of thing. It is clever. It is well done. Each fight feels unique. Each level is both difficult and frustrating, but also like when you get through it, it's amazing. It's got checkpoints all throughout the levels. So even when you do die, you get to get right back up and keep playing.
It's just like an instant, like a Meat Boy kind of thing where it's like you immediately respawn.
I've got to play you this, just a snippet from the trailer here, because I think
I'm watching a little bit of the video. We have the Steam thing up. It looks it almost looks Blade Runner-esque.
Just hear this trailer. Look, just a minute of it.
Enter a future where crime rules the streets. When the citizens are in trouble, they call the authorities. When the authorities are in
trouble, like a Grindhouse trailer.
They call the bounty hunters.
Showtime!
Anaconda. She knows the meaning of life. That's why she can take it away so easily.
It's that kind of stuff. Like it's got that style,
like Contra, like a little bit of Contra.
It's got a Contra feel to it for sure.
Yeah.
It's super fun. It's there's explosive things and containers and stuff, and you can pick up grenades and throw them at people. All the bosses are unique, and there's I think I want to say 5 per stage, and there's 5 or 6 different levels that all have different bosses in them.
It kind of gives me a Death Gambit vibe, but put in a cyberpunk world.
Yes.
Yeah. With guns.
But it's just funny, too. Like the little one-liners and quips they have in it are actually like legit funny.
It's made by there was another game like where it was like Dude Brawl something, like it looks like it's
Coffee
made by
Stain Studios.
Yeah, I think they're the ones that did this, like their kind of parody Contra style
Valheim,
games.
Satisfactory, Goat Simulator, Deep Rock Galactic.
Is that what they did? The last one was Valheim.
Am I seeing the right thing here?
That might just be what Google is saying.
I was going to say, holy crap, they did Valheim. And then
Coffee
they did this,
Stain Games. Yeah.
They stained their coffee.
Maybe that's confusing. I don't understand how this.
Wait, is it developed or
published?
published?
Yeah, they also published, but this one was developed.
Publishers,
but this one was developed.
Yeah,
by Coffee Stain. Yeah.
That's the trouble I get in when like people post like, who's your favorite developer?
Oh no,
and
I'll
say
idiot.
Annapurna, and they're like, well, Annapurna is more of a publisher.
I'm lying. It's called Easy Trigger Games. I don't
go.
know where the hell
where's
I
Coffee
got
Stain
that from.
They published it.
They published it. Yeah, they're the publisher across the board.
Yeah, Super Dude Bro Force. I think they did that.
Super Dude Bro Force.
Super Bro Force. Something Bro Force. I don't know. It's a parody of like all the little action heroes and stuff like that. I think they did that.
Excellent game. Totally worth it. And I don't even know how I ended up with it, to be honest. I think it just came in one of the bundles that I got before or something like that.
Oh,
maybe one of the ones that was on Humble Bundle or somewhere, but it's in my Steam library. So I just tried it out. It's $20 right now, but it's at least worth adding to your wish list and waiting for a sale on that if you're me.
I should check to see if one of the bundles I've gotten so many of these bundles that give you a lot of games and I haven't even.
You might just have it. You don't even know
exactly.
it. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Nice.
Hey.
All right, guys, we've reached the end of the show. Man, what a jam-packed show.
That was.
Now, we're recording this out of order, so we'd like to thank Michael Swaim for coming on. I'm sure we had a great time with him. We're recording this before, but let's just pretend I did some cool reference to something hilarious that happened and call back right now.
Remember when
that was really good, Kenny. Well done.
Remember when he actually gave us pi to the exact number? That was weird. That was so weird.
We have a lot of guests coming up, actually. So,
we have a ton of guests. We're starting to book the schedule, and appreciate everybody that participated on Twitter and tagged some people to get us in touch with. We got some guests out of it, so that's really cool. If you've got any ideas of who you'd like to see on the show or who you'd like to hear on the show, let us know. Like, we'll reach out to them. Worst case scenario, they don't answer. There
you go.
So if you like the show and you like us, come join us in our Discord. Check the link in the show notes and get your ass in there. And if you came here from Gamers Week podcast, here's the trivia from our spot on their most recent episode.
Here we go.
In the early 2000s, mixing metal music and video game music rose to prominence, leading to the creation of the Nintendo Core subgenre. One of the pioneers credited with bringing Nintendo Core into the mainstream took their name from an NES peripheral. Can you guess the inspirational peripheral?
Oh, man.
Rob?
You think it's Rob?
I don't know.
Well, I guess that makes sense, right?
What is the name of the gun? The NES gun?
The light gun? The Zapper? There's Zapper. There's Rob. There's there's a Power Glove, obviously.
It could be any of them. I don't know.
We're going to go Rob. Do you want to go
sure,
Rob?
Everybody guesses that. No, that's wrong. It's the Advantage. The Nintendo Advantage, the turbo controller, or like the arcade controller.
Right.
That converted games into arcade games. Yeah. But also like turbo functions on it.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
What's the name of the band?
The Advantage.
The Advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So it's listen to some of their stuff. They're great. And I was also looking more into the Advantage because I'd never used one before. Apparently, it's beloved. It was really well made.
Yeah,
it just didn't sell a lot, and so it's kind of gotten lost to time.
If I remember correctly,
I believe it though because the thing was like. It had like girth to it. It had like this nice metal plating on it. All the parts of it were like hard plastic, and apparently it was completely reliable. Worked really well. You could do 1-player and 2-player switching between it. So if you were player 1, you slide this little slider over to player 1, and then when it's a buddy's turn to do a player 2, you click it over to the other side, and you give the controller to somebody else. Like they did the whole arcade experience with this thing.
When you were first reading that, I thought the answer was about to be the Proto Men. Because I think they're Nashville based, aren't they? Or they came from? Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe they just tour around here a lot. But the Proto Men do like Mega Man-y.
Yeah, they're more Mega Man. Yeah, I would love to see Proto Man.
We didn't get a chance to go see Bit Brigade. That's unfortunately been put off.
They got COVID
until November is when they're coming back.
We need to reach out to them too, see if we can get them on the show, man. And maybe if we do that, maybe we can get them to come to Nashville sooner.
Gentlemen, cool to have like a live performance on this podcast.
Oh my God.
That'd be, what the fuck? That'd be amazing. It's been an honor.
Yeah.
Privilege. See you in the bonus episode.
Yeah. Patrons get bonus content, 30 minutes of extra Leetist each week. So we're sticking around to do a little bit more. Thank you, Michael Swaim. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome.
Leetist podcast will be back next week. Thank you all.
Bye.
Goodbye.